Welcome to another episode of I Shake My Head with Lisa and Sam.
Hello, friends of the podcast.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Sam and Lisa, and it's
Sam and
spring.
Lisa. It's not
spring.
Sam and Lisa. It's Lisa
spring.
and Sam. But it's Lisa
spring.
and Sam, and it's spring. It's Lisa and Sam, and it's spring. It's Lisa and Sam, and it's spring.
It's Sam and Lisa.
Lisa and Sam, and it's spring. Friends of the podcast, let's take you back almost 4 years when we were deciding what the podcast would be called. Picture two friends sitting probably, I'm going to put us in a McDonald's fast food place.
No, I think we are at Tim Hortons, I believe.
Okay, at a Tim Hortons coffee joint going, Lisa and Sam, Sam and Lisa, Lisa and Sam, Sam and Lisa, Lisa and Sam, Sam and Lisa.
Yeah.
Right? You know how long that must have gone on for?
Yeah. And then I think she won the argument because it's alphabetically correct.
Alphabetically correct, right? Exactly. Sometimes you got to be thankful for how the alphabet rolls, Samantha.
There you go, Lisa.
Right? Samantha, how you doing?
Lisa, I'm sad.
Oh, why? Why sad? Don't be sad.
Epic fail. Epic.
Oh, no. What happened?
Epic fail.
What happened?
You said, Sam, I got a text. Sam, you buy $11 worth of the Lotto Max and I'll do the same.
And I did.
And I'm like, cross your fingers, cross your toes, cross your legs, cross your arms, cross your eyes, do whatever. We're going to win.
Yeah.
And I was like, $70 million. What am I going to do with $70 million? And I thought, okay, roll it back. You're only getting half.
First off, you're only getting half.
Roll it back. And then I was like, I'm going to be good. It's going to be good. It's going to be good. And then what do I hear the next day?
That it was won by one person in Ontario.
The center of the universe.
One more reason to hate that province, right? And I'm saying that facetiously because I'm from that province.
Yes.
But you know what? Here's the thing. I was talking to a lady the other day about this. And tell me if you feel the same. When I buy that ticket, and I don't buy many tickets. You and I, we don't do it consistently, right?
We don't.
It's like, not 50. Nope. Not 60. Nope. 70. Oh, you've piqued my interest. Dear lottery gods, 70 million. Oh, okay, fine. I can give you $11 for 70. In my mind, I can justify that spend.
Yeah.
However, when I buy that ticket, it's like I take that ticket, and it's like I stand up tall, my shoulders go back, and it's like in my mind, I've already won it.
Yes. You're already like spending the money.
I'm like, I know that my walk has become a strut. Like, look at me, I'm the $70 million woman here. I know it. And I know people are like, whoa, something's changed with Lisa. Yeah, she just bought $70 million winning ticket.
Exactly. And then the next day.
It's like I want to take a dagger and plunge it deep into my heart. Right?
Oh, son of a bitch, eh?
God, right? How can you be so high and then so low?
I know. And then I was just like, and then, I can handle it when someone wins other than myself.
I can't.
But
I'm a bad sport. I'm automatically mad at that person.
No, but when it's one person, and I'm like, what is one person going to do with $70 million?
I know, right? That's so crazy.
So crazy.
So crazy, right? And then you got in the shower and went back to work.
Yes.
Right? Because that's what you do. Right? Those dreams are trashed and tarnished.
No, and then what happens is that Sunday, because you buy the Lotto Max and then you get disappointed, and then the Sunday, Lisa sends you a text saying, look at me, I'm by myself grocery shopping.
Look at me, everybody, look at me. Oh my goodness, Samantha. What the hell?
And all I thought was, save the bread. Someone go to that co-op and save the bread.
So I had to go pick up my new glasses, which you haven't even noticed that I have on.
Oh my God, I was going to say, you got your at-home
my new at-homes. You won't recognize my at-work glasses because they really do look the exact same as my other at-work glasses.
I thought they were the exact same ones, actually.
Let's just say not one work person has said, hey, did you get new glasses? But if I wore these ones, people would say.
Yeah, but you're never going to because you don't wear your at-home glasses at work.
And I contemplated it with the lady. She said to me, she's like, oh, maybe those are going to become your at-work ones. And I'm like, in my mind, for 1 minute, I'm like, maybe. No,
No,
they're not.
they're
The minute I put them on at home, they're at home. That's where they stay. So I had to go pick up my glasses.
Uh-huh.
So I said to Mike, he was watching the basketball game. I said, I'll go do it. And then he said, well, hey, why don't you pick up the groceries while you're at it? And I'm like, by myself? He's like, yeah. He's like, and then you just let me know when you're home. And like all good husbands, right? He'll bring them in. I'm like, okay. So first off, a couple things. I wasn't in my neck of the woods, right? I was in a different part of town.
Well,
so,
I think you were in Stonebridge.
Yeah, so it's a different co-op.
Oh, you went to that fancy co-op?
No, but it's not fancy.
It is fancy. It's newer.
But it's not fancy. It's not my co-op. And the first thing I said to Mike is, you know what? If we ever move, and if we move over to Stonebridge, which we're not going to, I said, if we ever think about it, that can't become our everyday grocery store because I didn't like it. And he's like, okay. And I'm like, okay, that's really important. But what I did like about it, Samantha, is I like the bread.
Oh, God.
Folks,
she even sent me a picture of the bread that she was about to
assault.
Yes. Oh,
I nestled in with it.
Oh, God.
Right? I copped some feels that I shouldn't have been copping. Right? I did all the bad things you should never do to bread.
Yes, you get so weird around bread.
I know, right? And then I feel bad for the people that are going to buy the bread after me.
You've touched it all.
Oh, I've touched and pawed. I've pawed it. I've taken it to a place you shouldn't take bread.
That seems really wrong.
It is really wrong, and I know that, right? But it's because of how it feels. Right?
Oh
I think all the time I'm like, okay, I'm just going to check to see if it's fresh. But then once it's super fresh, I'm like, ho, ho, ho. Right? I feel like a dog who's getting her ear rubbed or something. That's how I feel.
And your tail is wagging.
Right? And my paw is like, like hitting that's exactly how I feel when I touch that bread and it's so fresh. I'm like,
Okay,
the angels come down.
You weirdo.
So I got to do that all by myself. I got to get all the groceries.
I was so happy for you.
I know. I contemplated not buying, like Mike drinks Coke Zero by the 24. He buys a 24. And it was on the list. I contemplated lying and saying they were all out of it because I hate carrying that, right?
Yes, I know.
But I didn't. I'm like, or else I'll never get to go again. Right? That and the milk.
You know your husband well.
Right? I know, right? If I don't bring back everything on the list, I'm never going to get to go. Because what are the chances they just didn't have pop? Wow, yes. Really?
Exactly. Or the milk.
Or the milk, right? Because I remember in our early years, I used to do that. They had no milk. Mike would be like, what do you mean they didn't have milk at the grocery store? Like they must have ran out of milk.
Oh, God.
Great, because I didn't want to have to lug it into the car.
Yeah.
But I got to do it. I got to do my groceries.
Okay, so I was watching Kelly and Ryan.
Oh, okay.
The other morning. And I was like, Kelly Ripa?
Guess what? Right? I'm not happy.
I feel like she stepped on your toes.
I feel like I peed on the floor and she rubbed my nose in it. I think
she was apparently they have more pull than you and I.
Right? For weeks, friends of the podcast, I've been trying to lure Alex Germicelli, who is like she's my very favorite cook. And she's on the Food Network and she does a bunch of different things. And I've been like having cute pictures of like, hey girl, it's Lisa and Sam. Like all these fun things on Twitter, thinking she's going to see it. And she's going to be like, oh my God, yes, I'll be your guest. So we've been like hammering at her, eh? Nothing.
Yep.
Nothing.
Yeah. And maybe it's because you refer to her as a cook and not a chef.
Well, okay, I don't know, right? She cooks, which makes her a chef.
No,
that's how
she's a
see
chef.
It.
She's a chef.
I know, but she cooks food.
Yes, but she's a chef.
I know, she's an iron chef.
If she was a doctor, you'd call her a doctor.
Yeah, but I would also say she helps fix people. Okay. I would say that too. So anyways.
Oh my God. Anyways, we think Kelly's messing with us again.
Because we know she watches we know she listens to the podcast.
I think she stalked your Twitter.
I think you're right. I think she's stalking Twitter. How else would she know? And then I think she's like, oh, that's what they want this week, is it?
I think that she lies to the public, to the audience, and when she says that she's not on her Facebook anymore, she's hardly ever on her social media.
She's on mine.
I think you're lying, Kelly.
I think you're lying, Kelly. I think you're on my Twitter. I think you're in I Shake My Head at Lisa and Sam's Twitterverse.
Yep.
That's where I think you're stalking.
Because we're on the pulse.
Right? We are on the pulse of all things.
Oh my God.
Popular.
We're lucky if we know what the hell's going on.
Yeah, we don't even know. All I know is that I'm watching it yesterday, her episode, the cooking episode. Mm-hmm. And all of a sudden it says, coming up, Chef Alex, and I'm like, what? And then I'm like, what are the chances that we're trying to get her on our show and Kelly Ripa, who we know listens to us, just happens to have her on her show?
They just got so much better once they started stalking us.
I think they've kicked it up a notch, haven't they? They really have. You're absolutely right, Samantha.
Oh, our delusion runs deep.
Right?
Deep. It's deep, folks.
And I think that she's just kind of like hiding, like it's like she's like hiding in the bushes, just watching our moves.
For sure she is.
Right? Every week there's something. But this one kind of made me a little angry because I'm like, yes. Really? Now you got to rub that in too? That
right.
You got enough, right? That you got the pull to get her? We don't got no pull.
Okay, they had Arsenio Hall on too.
We're not trying for
I think it was today. No, but...
Okay, I haven't watched today's. You're going to ruin it for me? All the time. You ruin it. I PVR'd. I watch it at 10 o'clock
fine.
at night.
I won't ask then.
No, tell me. Saying. Go ahead, tell me.
Well, because Coming to America 2
yes,
is out.
Yeah.
Or is going to be out.
Right.
And I think you have to be an Amazon Prime person to watch it or something.
Oh, I can't keep track.
Yeah, I know. But I think it looks funny. I mean, I think Arsenio Hall and Eddie Murphy are funny, though.
I think they're both funny, yes. Yeah. So. Yeah. Do you remember when TV was just TV and you just had your channels?
Yes.
Remember those days?
I remember those days. They were
Whatever
fun.
happened. So, okay, here's a funny thing. So on Saturday, I'm at home. Mike's sleeping, so I'm just watching. Sometimes I watch the Animal Kingdom, right? I like to be at one with nature.
That's weird.
It's totally weird because I don't care about nature.
You
right?
hate snakes.
And I totally hate snakes. But guess what? I don't hate the anaconda.
That's a really big snake.
That is the biggest snake in the world. And you should hate that snake. I don't hate it. I watched for an hour and a half a show. I was riveted, Samantha, on Animal Planet about the anaconda. It's about these guys. They go into these villages and they hunt anaconda. Not to hurt. They're just trying to measure them. They're trying to find the biggest anaconda. Guess what? You know what I am? I'm totally Dora the Explorer.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
No, you're not.
Listen, I watched him out of nowhere, right? He's got a pair of Crocs on and he goes down the riverbank and he sees the anaconda head and he just sneaks up and he grabs the anaconda head and he puts his weight down on it just so he can hold it firm. I can do that. I'm watching it and I'm like, I can do that.
No, you cannot.
Yes, I can.
You know, anacondas
yes,
actually just squeeze their prey to death,
I know.
right?
I know that. I know. Do you know that they only eat 3 times a year?
My God.
That's the diet to be on. I think those anacondas are onto something there. I think we need the anaconda diet, right?
I think it only works if you're the anaconda snaky thing. Yeah.
I don't know.
Yep.
I don't know. We don't know because other people probably haven't tried it.
Like they can squeeze something to death. Like it could be gigantic and
Samantha,
they're hanging on for dear life.
Yeah. The one they found was 26 feet long.
What the hell?
And he was like the size of a pipe that would go like a sewer pipe in your road.
Oh, good God.
And his head was like the size of a football. And I could do that. I could be the guy who sees his head, jumps down in my Crocs. Fine, I'll wear the Crocs for the anaconda hunting. I can do it,
for
right?
sure.
And some cargos, right? With double pocket cargo. I'm like, I am so.
Oh my God! If there were ever an occasion to wear a double pocket cargo
and a Croc, it's anaconda hunting. That's the dress code that's needed.
If you could just wear one of those really weird funny hat things they wear when they go
Some of the guys wear them, but
trotting around.
But this guy didn't. This guy wasn't wearing it, right? Because he didn't want his brim probably to get in the way.
Well,
And I'm just saying, Samantha, I am so skilled. As I'm watching it, I'm like, I'm watching all the moves. I'm like, okay, I got it. Where is my anaconda? And I can do this. I need to go to the Amazon, to the rainforest.
No, you don't.
That's where our next trip has to be.
Oh,
Let's go
good
to the
God, no. I'm not
rainforest.
going anywhere near a rainforest that has that kind of snake and the big gigantic spiders and tarantulas.
You just
effing
respect
way.
their space. That's all. You respect their space.
No, I respect their space by staying away.
No, you're okay to go. They don't care that you go there. And then you get like a tour guide from like a village.
Yeah,
And he's
awesome.
not even in the Crocs. The tour guide, he in flip-flops.
Nope, and nope.
And not even a double pocket cargo on the tour guide.
No, because he's smart.
Because he don't need it. He's not scared. He's just in a pair of shorts and a t-shirt.
Yeah.
Right? Because this is just what they do.
No, thanks.
I loved it so much. I'm like, oh yeah, that's what I'm going to be. I'm going to be Dora and I'm going to hunt the anaconda.
Dora the Explorer.
Dora the Explorer.
Fantastic.
And I'm going to hunt anaconda. But
You
not
realize-
not to hurt, just to see their size.
Okay, but you do realize that Dora the Explorer is a cartoon.
Yeah, well, Lisa the Explorer is a real live person. That's going to be my hobby.
Okay.
I'm going to
You
go
let
to
us
the
know
anaconda.
how that goes.
I will. I'll keep you posted. Right? I'm gonna work out. I'm gonna do really good so I can hold its
Okay.
head.
All right.
They're not slimy like they say, but they're big and creepy. That's for sure. Okay, here's a good news story, Samantha.
Uh-huh.
Dolly Parton got vaccinated,
Cool.
and then did you hear her song?
Yes, I saw it on
Right?
Instagram.
Vaccine, 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 vaccine. She's singing it to Jolene.
I'm begging you, please don't hesitate.
Yeah. Vaccine.
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 Vaccine. Because once you're dead, then that's a bit too late.
That was pretty,
Kind of true, right?
a little right, Dolly.
She's old enough. She can put that stamp on things. Right? Just because she don't look like your grandma. She can say that shit. Dolly can say that shit now.
Dolly
Right?
can. Dolly can pretty much get away with whatever she wants, actually.
Dolly's like, Dolly and Cher, those two women, I think, right now, can pretty much rule the world. And throw in a little Jane Fonda on the side.
Oh my God, I saw Jane Fonda on the Golden Globes. I'm
Yeah.
like, because she won the Cecil B. DeMille Award.
Right.
And she was the bomb.com.
She's awesome.
Yeah. And I'm like,
Awesome.
you go, Jane Fonda.
Go Jane Fonda. And you go Dolly Parton.
Yeah.
Right?
Crazy.
I want to be Dolly Parton and Jane Fonda when we're like 75.
For sure. I want to be Cher.
Well, I think the HHG wants to be Cher more.
I think the HHG does want to be Cher.
She
You got
wants
to
to
have
be
a good
Cher.
hair flip and a flick and
Right? No, woo! And some Botox and some whatever else she needs to get done. That's what the HHG wants to be like her.
exactly.
Yeah. Right?
Okay. So this is what I need. Speaking of vaccine stuff,
Okay.
I need Canada to get their shit together.
Ooh, come on, Canada.
Yeah. Because apparently the US, they're like, and we approve you. And we approve you. Because Johnson & Johnson just got their 1-dose vaccine approved by the FDA.
Okay, but remember, this is also the same U.S. that just said Texas don't need their mask anymore.
Shut
I
up.
heard that today on my way to work. Texas don't need their mask.
Really?
Mhm.
Well, maybe because they're just getting out of a huge storm.
I don't know. I don't know. Maybe they're giving them a bit of a break. But in Saskatchewan, when we had a storm, mask stayed on.
Yes, the mask did stay on.
Right? You're going to shovel with the mask on, guys.
But Health Canada is reviewing this vaccine, but I don't believe we have approved it yet.
Oh,
But
okay.
we have put in an order for 10 million.
Good. That's what we need. That's what we need, right?
10 million doses from Johnson & Johnson with up to options of 28 million more.
Y'all, it's going to all take time. The worst thing, in my opinion, that we ever did was give a timeline to people.
I know.
Right? Like, dear Trudeau, why are you saying by March everybody should be good to go? You shouldn't do that.
No.
Look what happened 1 year ago when you said we're going to lock everything down for 2 weeks.
Yeah, and everything's going to be fine.
And everything should be fine, right? And guess what? The world is still on lockdown.
Yes. Oh,
Right.
but fun news. I think we have something here in Saskatoon at the University of Saskatchewan where we're developing a vaccine as
We're
well.
close. We're really close.
We're going
Right.
into human trials right now.
Yeah, because we're super smart that way.
So maybe we don't need your vaccine.
Right? We'll keep our own vaccine.
What?
Funny that Johnson & Johnson got so popular after we talked about J-cloths made by Johnson & Johnson last week on the podcast. Coincidence? I think not.
Oh my God. Yes, let's tie everything back to the podcast.
I think everything can come back, right? I think so. I think everything can come back to the podcast.
Okay, but I'm going to crush your dreams right now.
Okay. Thank you. Such a good friend you are.
You know what? Hi, Lisa. Have you met me? I tell you the truth, right?
You are a dream crusher.
I am a dream crusher.
You are a dream crusher.
But I'm also crushing Shauna, as in Shauna Foster from C95, friend of the podcast.
Our friend of the podcast.
Yeah. Road trip to Jasper is canceled.
Oh, why?
Because they canceled the Bachelorette location in Jasper because our restrictions for the pandemic are too harsh.
Oh, so now we don't get to film.
So now there are no 9 weeks in Jasper so no more filming. And now they're encouraging all the people they rejected to come back at 50% off.
And now so maybe we can still have our road trip with Shauna Foster. Just be like a girls' weekend.
No.
Something kind of fun like that. Samantha, she likes us more than you realize.
Probably.
Right? I think she does.
I don't know if Shauna knew that. And I'm like, oh, because she loves The Bachelor, Bachelorette. She loves all that stuff. She like tapes it and watches it and shit.
So crazy.
Yeah, I had to break the news.
Way to go.
It's not happening.
Dream crusher.
I know. Sorry.
Another dream is crushed by Sperling.
But I'd just like to say, Saskatchewan, we are a tiny, tiny little province, but
tiny.
As always, 1.2 million people managed to scrounge and find $5.6 million in change.
Did you watch it?
I watched parts of it.
Good.
I did. Ring those phones.
Ring those phones. Where are we going? Higher. So, friends of the podcast, every year, I don't know if the Kinsmen and the Kinettes are all across the world. I don't know.
I don't think so.
I don't know. But anyways, it's like they're a group of people that help do fundraising. So every year that group of people in Saskatchewan have a telethon and it's called Telemiracle. And technically it set a world record a few years back by being, it set for how'd they explain it? The highest percentage population or something. I don't know. Like, I mean, we didn't make like Jerry Lewis telethon type of money, but based on our population, we did, right? Type of thing. Cause we only got 1 million people. We're just little.
We're 1.2 million. According to Alexa.
Wow. Hey. So ring those phones. And that goes to help so many great people.
It
with
does.
all their great causes. So that's awesome.
Did you donate, Lisa?
Mike donated.
Oh.
So I guess we did.
Yes, you did.
Yes. Did you donate, Samantha?
Yes, I did.
Good, right? It's important to donate.
Yes.
Right? You have to help out because you never know when you're going to need these things.
Well, true that.
Right?
And they do good things, so.
They do really, really good things. Now, somebody who maybe isn't about to do a good thing.
Ooh.
And I'm not happy and I don't know how I'm going to be on Sunday. So people beware. People beware. Could be a tough day for me. Oprah's interview. This Sunday. And,
you know what?
Right. I don't know what.
I don't like the tone. I don't like the tone of the interview.
I don't like the tone.
I don't like it at all. And I feel like it's slanted one way. We'll see. But from the clips that they have shared thus far.
I know.
When I heard, were you silent or were you silenced? All I thought was, oh, where are we going with that?
Because, dear Oprah, don't go after my queen. You can't take down, you might be Oprah Winfrey and all that, and you used to be a friend of the podcast, and right now you're on the fringe. Guess what? You can't go after the queen. It's the Queen of England.
Yeah.
Right? And at the end of the day, Samantha, the queen is 94. Forget the fact she's a queen. She's a 94-year-old lady who has a 1,000,000-year-old husband fighting for his life in the hospital.
Sorry, we are talking about the Meghan and Harry interview.
Oh, yes, we are.
To clarify, that's the one that Oprah.
Sorry,
you all
I just got
should know
ranting.
without us having to mention who Oprah interviewed.
Yes,
It's
right?
all over the news.
It's all over the news. And Oprah looks very like, I'm looking down.
You know what? Do your thing, have your say. You're doing it for whatever reason you feel you need to do it. But at the end of the day, it's your perception, because there's your perception, my perception,
Right.
and then the actual truth, the facts of what the actual situation.
Which I will get for everybody because I'll
Right.
call the queen and I'll ask her.
I'll call the queen.
I'll call the
So
queen.
again, it's perception, right? So
Totally.
it's what she feels is true and he feels is true in their life, and this is how they felt about that, or
I don't
still
even
feel about all of that.
I don't even know if I'm going to be able to watch it.
I don't know.
Right.
Are
I
we
think
even going to be able to watch it without buying something? Like, is it going to be on the Oprah channel?
No, it's on like the network TV.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Because is there even an Oprah channel anymore?
I don't know. Barely.
Right? Barely. Kind of over Oprah. Kind of over Oprah. Samantha, question for you.
Uh-huh.
If you were a luncheon meat, what luncheon meat would you be?
I'd be a spicy Thuringer sausage.
Would you be?
Yeah.
Really?
Or bologna.
No, I want to be bologna. I want to be bologna. Right? That's what I want to be. I think I would be bologna.
Oh my God. Do you remember mock chicken?
I was just thinking about mock
What
chicken
the
the other
hell
day.
is
I know.
mock chicken?
I know, right? And then here's the
Oh.
funny thing with bologna. Why is it spelt funny?
I don't know.
Because it's Bologna.
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 But it's like everything is silent after.
Right? With the silent G. Well, actually, other than the B and the A, I think everything else is kind of silent. Doesn't make any sense. I remember mock chicken, and what was the other one that we used to eat a lot of? Well, we used to eat the one that had like the macaroni noodles in it.
Oh,
And the
I
cheese.
never ate that one. That's disgusting.
But my mom would say it's just like bologna.
Oh God, no.
I know, right?
No.
But that's when luncheon meat was just good back in those days.
That's when you didn't know how bad it was for you.
I guess, right? Because as an adult, who eats bologna sandwiches? Nobody. But as a kid, it's like that's your rite of passage into adulthood, right? You leave the bologna behind.
Yeah.
It's like, you know what? I think I'm over bologna now.
And now you just go for fancier, like chicken or turkey slices.
Yeah, right? Or thinly sliced, like when we go on our trip, right? Or thinly sliced, we'll get 2 handfuls of the sun-dried chicken, please.
Or it's sun-dried turkey.
Oh.
Shaved turkey. But to be honest, we should just get bologna. Like,
I know.
Who cares? Who gives a shit?
Right? It's just a crappy sandwich.
It's just a sandwich.
That's all it is. Right? It's just a sandwich.
Oh, but here we are going up to my favorite part, or Lisa's favorite part of the show. Guess who's got questions? Lisa's got questions. It's Lisa's Question Corner.
Samantha,
Lisa.
you ever wonder why socks don't have a specific left foot and a right foot when your feet do? Because your feet do, right? We got a left foot and a right foot.
But who said this was right and this was left?
You do it based on, remember, when you hold your hand up. Your
But
left
why?
hand,
Like,
your left
why
hand
can't
makes
this be
an
right
L.
and this be left? Like, who decided this half of my body was right and this half was left?
Because your left hand, your left finger, your pointer and your thumb make an L, and that means left.
Left.
That's
Right.
why.
I don't know.
That's why.
I don't know. That's a really good question. Because why don't they have? Why isn't there an L and an R on your socks?
Right? Because you do that with shoes.
Right.
On goes my left shoe and on
But
goes
maybe
my
because
right shoe.
a sock is made one way and it can fit anything because it doesn't need.
But
you
even
know,
when a sock has a heel in it, it still doesn't designate it as a specific foot.
no.
Right?
Socks are very inclusive.
They're super inclusive, eh?
They accept all feet
Socks
and any foot.
and so, you know, and guess what? Socks don't judge.
They don't.
Right? I got ugly feet and my socks don't judge. They just are happy to be put on. They're just like, welcome, Lisa. Like, thank you, socks. That's very true, right? Socks make you feel very happy.
They do.
Right?
And comforted.
Yeah, until you're done with socks. Then you need them off now.
Yes.
But it's like the sock understands that.
But see, and then you give them up, right? Because in the summer, you're not wearing a sock.
No, it's like, you know what it is? It's like you're grateful for socks all winter long. And by the time the summer comes, you're just giving them a little rest.
A little
Oh my God.
rest.
It's like my food. It's like what I do with like spaghetti. Socks are kind of like the spaghetti of clothing.
They are.
Right? Because you just set it aside. We'll pick you back up after Labor Day. Right? Set you aside at Easter.
Good thing we don't think about that way about bras and underwear.
Can't think that way about bras and underwear. Although let's be honest, right? The pandemic did almost put underwear in jeopardy. Right? And I guess bras too, to an extent, right?
Yes.
The undergarment business almost lost their shirt. Right? They're like, people need to get back to work. People need to put their bra and panties back on.
Yeah, exactly.
That's so true. Okay, there's a question. Here's another question for you. Gingham. You know what gingham is, right?
Yes, Lisa. It's a fabric.
Yeah. Why is it associated with a picnic?
I have no idea.
Don't you think that's a weird question? Don't you think that's weird?
Because it's like checkered.
Yeah. But why is checkered?
It reminds me of Little House on the Prairie.
Yeah. Why? And right? Or like a rodeo or something. Right? Ma and Pa.
Yeah, exactly.
But why? But why a picnic? I wonder.
I don't know. Maybe because it was made into a picnic table cloth and then or a blanket, and that's how we associate it. I have no idea. Anybody got an idea out there? Let us know.
Just something I was wondering about. And then my last question for the corner is, why is French toast called French? What's French about bread?
Well, because maybe it's made out of French bread.
Not when I make it. I just make it out of bread.
I know.
And an egg. Bread, and an egg.
I don't know. Good question for the people of the podcast.
Why is it called? Because it's not called like French pancakes. Right? And a crepe is different.
A French toast. Good question, Lisa.
French toast. Those are my questions.
Yeah. I have no answers for you, though.
No, sometimes you do and sometimes you don't, Samantha.
This time I do not. And I'm not fact checking for you, so I don't care.
That's fine, right? That's fine. Anybody want to fact check? You know what? We're always looking for the answers. Last week we got the answers on everything. I think at one point, between Andrea and a couple other people.
Oh, yes. They were very helpful with the dish towel.
Although I kind of,
the tea towel.
When somebody told us about the J clots, I'm like, oh, I should have known that one.
Yes.
Right? Didn't even cross my mind, though.
No.
Didn't even cross my mind, Samantha.
Okay, so I came across a show on the History Channel that I feel, Lisa, you need to pay attention to.
Okay, what's it called?
It's called The Food That Built America.
Ooh, that sounds interesting.
This is for you in your budding career as a bakery and cafe owner.
Always striving to do better.
Because I feel you got to know the past to make it in the future.
I'm always just wanting to take the Boom Baby Bakery and Cafe higher.
So I just felt like if you knew what food built America, then you might be able to infiltrate.
Oh.
Like now we're thinking globally.
Ooh, like that's big. That's big. Put it on the international market type of thing?
Yes.
Really? Franchise?
Yes. Franchise, like let's
food
just
truck
think
it
big.
out. Maybe food truck it out. Right? That's all the popular rage right now.
It is. It is. I was just like, okay, Lisa, get homework.
Okay.
Homework for Lisa.
All right. You know what? That's how you get better. That's how we improve the business, right? We do our work. We put our work in. All right. I will check it out for sure. Samantha, here's some great news. Oh my God. So the Blue Jays, we are 2-0 this season.
Oh my God.
Yeah. It's preseason, but we've won 2 in a row.
Woo!
Means we haven't lost any yet.
No, I know. Thank you.
We are good. We look good. It feels right. So excited.
Fake fan is in it to win it.
Yes, this is the year the fake fan should be in it to win it for sure. Because you should be part of a winning team too, Right? So
Good
we
God.
look good. We look really good. Right? Okay. Blue Jays.
Let's
Play ball.
ball.
Right? There. You know the song. That's how it goes, Samantha.
Oh my God. Oh yes. Are we betting again?
Yeah, we'll
Lisa?
be betting. You betcha. We'll be betting.
We just got flashed a message. Are we betting? And yes, of course we will against
Yes.
your Phillies.
Yeah, because that's how that we are contenders, not pretenders.
Ooh,
Uh-huh.
good words.
Yeah, that's what we are. That's what we are. One stroke of the pen and a new player took us from pretenders to contenders.
Oh, yeah, well, he was worth a lot of money, so.
He was, right? He was.
Okay, but speaking of new players,
Okay.
Catherine McPhee and David Foster.
I don't like hearing this stuff.
She birthed their little baby boy.
Ugh.
She's 36 and he is 71.
Right.
And they're doing well. They're very happy. But
Grandpa needed a boy, did he?
Apparently. Yeah, because all he has is girls. Or no, he has...
No, he has boys.
No, he has boys.
Yeah.
Sorry, older foster children. I forgot about you.
Right? He is 71, Samantha.
He is. But interestingly enough, though, there is yet to be a name announced, I think. So they're not telling people the name, which I think is odd because the baby is almost a week old.
And why do people do that, right? I'll never believe that nobody has no name for their baby.
Yeah.
You got 9 months to think of what you want to name that baby.
You're staring at this baby for a whole week and you're like, I don't know.
I got nothing. Right?
I don't know.
There's nothing coming to me. Sorry.
Does he look like a Pete? Does he look like a Bob? Does he look like a Sean? Does he look like AJ? Like,
I don't know. It's like, here's a funny story. The HHG was telling me the other day. So you know how they got their dog Checkers, right? And Checkers was like a rescue dog.
Mm-hmm.
So she said she's always trying to figure out what Checkers' real name was because Checkers, the people at the SPCA named Checkers.
Oh,
that wasn't his born name.
Okay.
She's like, so sometimes I'll just be like, hey, Ron, and see if Checkers looks.
Ron.
She's like, I just use all these different names and see if Checkers ever looks at me.
Oh
and she says
God.
Checkers never does. And I'm like, it's because Checkers now is used to being Checkers.
Yes.
He don't remember. Checkers left his last life behind. And he's like thankful, and he's like, Checkers thinks he died and went to heaven.
Yes, he's been reborn, and he's good to go.
He's been reborn as Checkers Pashevitz. Ready? He's good to go. Right? Handsome dog, king of the castle. Right? And that's so funny. But I don't get why people just don't just spill it. What's your baby's name?
I know. It's like, you gotta know.
You spent 9 months wondering, what are we gonna name this kid?
Yeah.
Right?
And then as you're birthing, you're like, oh my God, this is so painful. And it pops out and you're like, Bob.
Yeah. As opposed to nothing. Right? Like every day you just look at that baby like, yeah, still like nothing. No, still nothing. Nothing good's coming. Nothing good's coming. Okay.
You're waiting for the kid to tell you, I'd like to be called Steve.
Yeah, maybe that's the new way. Maybe that's the way these celebrity babies are going to be. No names until they're like 12.
What do you call it? Hey, you?
I don't know.
No name baby?
Maybe. Do they even raise their babies? The nannies. Maybe the nannies pick the baby names.
Well, here's hoping they raise their babies.
I don't know. I don't know if they do raise their babies. I think somebody else raises their babies for them. If I'm a celebrity, I'm not raising my baby. I already know that.
Well,
hell, I knew if I had babies and I'm not a celebrity, I already knew I wasn't going to be raising my baby. So that's why I didn't have babies.
Uh-huh.
That's going to be a lot of work for Mike. He's going to be busy.
It's going to be a lot of work for Mike.
It's going to be a lot of work for Mike if we have to have if him and I have to have a baby.
Yes.
Right? You ready for that? And throw a baby into all that? I don't know if
looking
you're up
after
for that.
Lisa and a baby, Mike?
Right?
That's not going to work.
And the dishes and the laundry? Really? All right, dude. That's on you, but anyways. Okay, you know what I was wondering the other day, Samantha?
Uh-huh.
Who decided that carbs were bad for us?
Oh, everybody. Every diet and weight loss coach,
but maybe
fitness person, because God forbid that we should just let each other eat whatever we want.
Maybe we could just keep the bread.
Bread is carbs, you dummy.
I know, but maybe we could just keep bread out of all the carbs. Just keep bread.
Carbs is in everything. You can't just keep bread.
Why can't you?
Because carbs are in everything.
Well, I know, but how can everything be bad for you?
Everything is bad for you. Have you not lived and watched and read things in your 53 years of life?
First off, I'm only 51. Thank you.
You're 52.
I'm 51. I will turn 52 in July. Right?
We are not 2 years apart. You're 52.
How old are you right now?
I'm 53.
Yeah, I will turn 52. I'm not 52 right now. I'm just 51.
Oh my God.
Yeah, honest. I was born in 1969.
I was born in 1968.
Yeah, right. But you're an early baby. You're in October.
Oh my God.
So you are that much ahead of me.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Right? Just saying. Okay, I'm just saying, right? Like, if carbs are so bad, and everything apparently has a carb.
Oh, apparently, oh my God, carbs are not in everything. Thank you, editor person.
Right? So, if carbs, maybe they're not so bad.
Oh, whatever. Just eat whatever you want, people. Don't pay attention to anything or anyone.
I don't know.
You gotta eat gluten-free because you got an allergy or celiac issues. You got whatever. Do you? But don't tell anybody else what to eat.
Okay, a couple of weeks ago, you said you had given up on your body. Are you still there?
I am trying to keep it together. I'm trying to keep it together. That's all I'm trying to do, Lisa. I can't be worried about everything that people think I need to worry about. It's like, OMG, stop it already.
I know, right?
I get pizza's going to kill me. Chips are going to kill me. Chocolate's bad for you. Go eat a salad. Why are you stop it?
Right? Everything's going to kill you at some point.
Yes. Oh my God. You know what? This is what I got for you. Go talk to somebody who gives a shit.
There you go, right?
Because I don't.
Samantha, don't DFC.
Because guess what? I don't want to know what you're thinking about me. Because I don't care.
There you go.
Don't care. DFC times 10.
There you go, right?
Times 10.
What's that phrase? Eat cake and be happy.
Oh my God, just eat.
Just eat, right?
So Lisa, you want to keep bread, you keep bread. You want to squeeze that motherfucker, you do.
Yeah, and I did. I so did. My dream is to just be in a bread store forever. Right?
Oh, squeezing that.
Just squeeze it and it's in my head I hear background music. It's like sexy music.
God.
It's the weirdest thing. It's the weirdest thing.
All right.
I probably should go talk to somebody about it.
You probably should.
You know. Okay, here's something interesting, okay? That's not the sexy music.
That's not the sexy music.
That's not the sexy music. Nope. Not at all. It's like...
Nope,
not that at all. Okay, so my cooking.
Oh, yes.
Oh, Samantha, you know what? I've been making some changes, hey?
Why?
Because now I think I'm leaning towards being a lunch chef.
Why?
Because I think we need to lift lunches. Let's lift lunches.
And where would you like to lift them to?
Because I think that's an empowering thing, right? A lunch is an important meal. We need to lift lunch.
Okay.
Let's lift lunch, Samantha. Right? Let's add that little pickle on every sandwich on the side.
Dear
right?
God.
And lift your lunch. Right?
Okay.
Let's add that extra whatever, right? You want it on focaccia? Let's put it on focaccia. Let's lift that lunch. That's what we need to do. We need to lift that lunch. And I think sandwiches are the way to do it.
All right.
I had a bowl of chicken Thai soup.
That's hot.
Not when you're not afraid of hot food. It's not. It's delightful.
Just look at you being all that in a bag of chips.
I know, right? I said to the guy, how hot is it? And he said, well, it's got a little bit of a spice. I'll take it. He's like, do you want a sample? No, I don't need to. I'm good, thank you.
Oh my God.
Right? But let's lift lunch. Let's make lunch important and let's lift it.
Okay. All
Like,
right.
let's have a piece of cheese with that lunch.
Okay.
Right? Because what do you do for lunch? You do anything good for lunch?
No, it's boring. Like, lunch is actually quite boring.
But if you lift it, it's like a midday pick-me-up right there. Right?
There you go. Midday.
Samantha, there's a new pep in your step. What was it? It was the half a piece of cheese. Right? It was the pickle.
It was the lift in my lunch.
It was the lift in my lunch. Right? I think I'm onto something, aren't I?
It could have been the edible gummies I had at lunch.
Nothing wrong with that if that's your choice, right? That's a lift. That's lifting your lunch.
It is. I wouldn't do that. Just in case you're wondering.
I'm not worried. I'm not worried about that. I'm not worried about that at all, Samantha. But thank you for clarifying.
Lisa is the Julia child of lunch.
Yes. Glass of wine. Maybe that lifts your lunch. You can't really do that at lunch, though.
No,
either.
we are not the UK.
Right? We're not endorsing that. But I'm just saying, right? Something more positive at lunch with your food.
All right.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay, guess what I did on Sunday, though?
Tell me.
And I totally forgot about it until I turned on the TV.
Oh.
The Golden Globes were on.
I didn't do it.
But I paid attention, sort of half, kind of. But I'm glad I did because Catherine O'Hara won for Best Actress, TV Actress for Schitt's Creek.
And now can we just put Schitt's Creek to bed now?
Nope. Schitt's Creek also won for Outstanding TV Musical or Comedy as well.
Okay, and now can we put them to bed?
No, I'm very excited for them.
Okay, but they're over.
No, they are phenomenal and they will live on forever. And I just feel like they should do another season. I'm just throwing it out there.
They're not going to.
I know, but I really feel like they should.
You know what? They shouldn't have ended then.
True.
Right? Because they got popular. They ended when they got popular.
Yeah. Which is what all CBC shows do. Yeah. Drives me insane.
You know what I watched on the weekend is I watched 2 back-to-back episodes of Three's Company. God, that show was written so brilliantly.
Three's Company is fantastic. It always has been.
I always liked it, but I was just really like the 2 episodes I saw. I'm just like, that was a smart show for that time. Very smart.
Mm-hmm.
And it's funny because it was like a laugh out loud comedy. A lot of the things that they say, not a whole lot different than if it comes out of Archie Bunker's mouth. Right? Same type of messages.
Yes.
Right? Like Mr. Furley and Mr. Roper.
Oh yeah, they were those people.
Right? Like you can't like Mr. Furley, you can't call people twinkle toes. Right? You can't call them twinkle toes.
No, you cannot.
Right?
That's so not what you do.
But I wasn't offended because I was able to recognize that that's the time.
Yes.
Right?
That is the time.
And if we know better, we do better.
Right.
But it was brilliant. I loved it so much.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you know what was really interesting in the news? And I was just like, why would you do that? Somebody stole Lady Gaga's 2 bulldogs.
I know, right?
They tried to get all 3, but one ran away. And apparently did it at gunpoint, and the poor dog walker got shot.
Well, like he's lucky he didn't get killed.
Oh my God.
However, let me just say this from a true crime kind of mind, right? Kind of a smart way if you're gonna demand, if you are gonna try and make a quick buck. That's the way to make it. Because obviously, Lady Gaga said $500,000 reward, no questions asked.
Yep.
Right? The dogs were returned not by the shooters.
By a lady, apparently.
By a lady who had to have been in on it. And now she got $500,000. Right?
I think personally that, I agree. I agreed with John just flashed. The dog walker was in on it.
I don't agree with that.
I don't know. That's where I went in my brain.
I didn't go there at all.
He got shot though, so that seems pretty extra.
Like I'm not taking a bullet in the chest for $500,000.
Yeah, it seems a little extra.
Seems a little extreme.
Yeah, but for sure the lady was in on it.
Why are we stealing dogs?
But they're not sure. I think the last time I read something, they hadn't actually given her the money yet. I think they were trying to prove if she was part of it or not.
So like Crime Stoppers, right?
Yeah,
like
so
we're
I
gonna
don't
make
think
you jump through hoops.
Yeah, I don't think she's got the money yet.
Oh, okay, interesting. Interesting. I just think, why are we stealing pets?
Just like you said, just to like make an extra quick buck.
I don't know. It doesn't make sense to me.
I don't know. It seems really weird. I felt really bad because I'm going to guess that she's really attached to her puppies, like all good pet parents are.
Right?
And it's like, don't do that.
Why are you stealing my dogs? That's all I'd be like, why are you taking my pets? Out of all the other things, right? Why are you taking my pets?
Yeah, I don't know.
I think, but I'm glad that he wasn't like killed.
No, I mean, I'm glad the dogs are back.
Yeah.
And the dog walker is alive and well, and that's good. Yeah. But now it's like, can you walk your dogs?
Well, now I'm sure it's just new angst, right? New angst.
Right?
Yeah. And there shouldn't be.
That's so weird.
It is so weird. You know what else is so weird? There's a pizza joint in Iowa, and it's called Fong's Pizzeria, and they're making a Fruit Loop pizza.
Huh.
They put Fruit Loops on their pizza.
Okay, I have a question.
Okay.
Are the Fruit Loops soggy by the time you get your pizza?
Doesn't look like it. Nope. Doesn't look like it.
Is it like a sweet dessert pizza?
I don't know. It's it's not a red sauce pizza, but I don't think they classify it as a dessert pizza either.
Well, now I just want Fruit Loops because I love them.
Like raw.
Yeah.
Like raw Fruit Loops.
For sure. Yeah. That's all I want now is a Fruit Loop. Thanks, Lisa.
You're welcome, Samantha. Do you have Fruit Loops at home?
No.
I guarantee I do. I bet you there's Fruit Loops in my home.
Probably.
Right?
Yeah.
Because they're a nice light snack.
They're lovely.
Right?
They're a lovely snack.
But you have to but unmilked.
Yeah. Well, no. It depends.
I don't want them in my milk.
Yeah.
Right?
But I'm just still trying to picture Fruit Loops on a pizza. I feel like it needs to be...
Like a dessert pizza?
A dessert pizza.
That's the only way I could see it, too.
But then what would they be on top of? Like, what would be the crust?
It was some sort of a white sauce, but I don't know. It was a normal crust, but some sort of a white sauce.
Well, then I feel like the sauce might be icing. Oh,
I don't know.
The sugar overload.
The sugar. Yum.
Holy smokes.
Yummy. Sounds delicious.
Maybe it's like a graham cracker crust.
No, it wasn't. It was a normal pizza crust.
Ew.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Seemed weird, eh? Yeah.
Hey,
do you still eat yogurt for breakfast?
Of course I do.
Every morning?
Yeah.
Does yogurt ever cause you any issues?
Not that I'm aware of.
You never have any, you never?
Nope.
Doesn't make you poop more?
Well, maybe it helps me stay regular, perhaps?
Because I've been eating yogurt for breakfasts.
I knew this is going down a vein that I did not want to talk about.
Well,
I don't want to learn how you poop, Lisa. Nobody does anymore.
No, I'm not telling you how I poop. I'm just saying I've noticed a difference in my poop.
Is it softer, Lisa?
It's a little bit softer.
Yes.
Why?
I don't know. I don't know because I'm not a doctor and I don't care enough to know what your poop is like because it's yours and not mine.
I know, but do you have soft poop because of your yogurt?
I'm not telling you that.
It's just poop.
Lisa, this is not Lisa and Sam, the poop podcast. Stop talking about it.
I'm asking just because I'm curious. I want to make sure that my poop is okay.
Stop.
And I'm like, who else do I know who eats yogurt in the morning?
I'm sure it's fine. Your body is doing whatever it needs to do. Just be calm.
I just wanted to know if your body did the same thing.
God, stop it.
Really?
Oh, yes.
It's just poop.
Okay. Thanks for sharing.
You're welcome.
But speaking of sharing, Facebook Tuesday.
Wow.
You had such angst over your fish post.
I did because I thought nobody's going to like fish.
Oh my God. They were all over it like crazy.
It was craziness, the fish was.
But I feel like clams, you out.
Clams out.
Yeah, and then they were throwing in oysters, and oysters wasn't even in there.
And then
they were questioning what kind of fish, and then you were like battered. I'm like, that's not a kind of fish.
That's the kind I'm talking about, as in battered, as in with the chips. That's the type of fish.
Yes, I loved how you explained that to everyone.
Right? Yeah, I didn't know how else to explain it. I'm like, look at the picture, people.
But people are very passionate about fish and crustaceans. So
Wow. And it's funny, hey, because I don't really like seafood. I like shrimp and I like salmon. That's all that I like.
ugh.
Right? I have never tried clams. I've never tried scallops.
I've tried scallops. They're fine. I don't like lobster anymore, and I'm not a big fan of crab.
I don't like lobster. I never liked it.
Yeah.
To me, it's all dictated on. I was surprised so many people hating salmon, and then I had to be like, you put lemon on it, right? People didn't seem to care,
No, they didn't care.
right? I'm like, because that's why I like salmon is because of lemon.
Yeah.
Right?
They didn't care that you were like offering up a lemon dill sauce, Lisa.
Nobody cared. Nobody cared. That was funny though.
It was a good one.
It was. Did anybody even pick lobster? No.
No, I think some people did
Did they?
to boot out.
Okay.
But salmon seemed to be like right up there with clams.
I know, right? And I'm like, come on, it's salmon.
I know.
Because you know me, right? I love salmon. I don't get full on salmon.
Nope.
So weird. So weird. I don't know. And then somebody said, I hope you guys never ever take this away.
Oh, yes. That was Tina Greenwood, I think.
Yeah. And I'm like, we won't. Don't worry.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then Christine Sowick.
Yeah.
Christine Sowick. I told her, I said, don't worry, it's okay to be a rebel or something like that. And she's like, you shouldn't tell me that. Because
funny.
she was breaking all the rules. She couldn't
there was a
choose.
lot of rule breaking on this
Oh
one,
my
right?
God, yeah.
Right? Which was funny.
So many people breaking the rules.
People.
Okay, but you guys, we talk about Facebook Tuesday because it is one of the best days of the week for us because you talk to us, you tell us funny things about your life, you react so well to what we put up on our Facebook page every day but Monday. I'm just going to throw that out there for you. Nobody loves Monday. Can you just tell me what you want on Monday? And then
No,
I
people
will do it.
You get likes.
Yeah,
You get some likes. I see the likes and I'm like, oh, thank God she got some likes.
Oh, thank God.
Right.
But anyways, this is our call to action. So if you know people who just need a couple of crazy Canadians in their life and want to listen to a podcast that's over an hour long, bring them to our group. Tell them where to find us. We are all up for some new people. We just want to grow our group because that's who we are. We like friends. Lisa's really attached to everyone. So
super attached.
And so am I. Sorry, I don't mean to say it in a way that means that I'm not.
No, you are too.
I am too. But if you'd like to support the podcast, we do have Patreon or Podbean Patreon. Patreon is www.patreon.com/IShakeMyHead. If you go to Podbean and look us up, you'll see that my face has a red bag over top of it. Apparently, if you hit it, that sends you to the Patreon. We also have merch. We deal through Threadless. So you can go to www.ishakemyhead.threadless.com and you can get us as t-shirts.
As a shower curtain.
As a mug.
As a water bottle.
Yeah, as a bag.
Pretty much anything.
Pretty much. So again, join us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Just, come follow us, have some fun. You can find us on pod.link/ISMH or ismhead.podbean.com or you can listen to us on any podcast app that you have. Just Google or search.
And listen.
I Shake My Head with Lisa and Sam. And we love being part of the Podfix network. There are some great podcasts, so go check it out as well. But Lisa, I found a new show for you.
Oh, okay. Look at you. Feel like I had my back this week.
I have. Well, because you told me that I never tell you anything.
I know,
good.
right? Right? You never did, right? I don't even consult with you anymore.
It's called The Irregulars.
Okay.
It's starting on the 26th on Netflix. It looks scary.
Ooh.
But it involves murders.
Oh, and I like a good killing.
Well, and it looks very Sherlock Holmesy, but in like a supernatural-esque kind of way.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'll give it a go.
I think you should try it.
I will try it. I will see what I think of it once.
Have you
once
been
it
watching
comes out.
that Cecil Hotel?
I haven't started it yet. No.
Oh,
Did you watch it?
No, I've only watched one episode. I thought this is more Lisa than me.
And I will. I'll get to it. I'll get to it this week. You know, I've been busy, right? I had my Jays starting up.
Oh, God.
Right? Been watching a bit of news. Right? New Amsterdam was on.
Oh my God, that was so good yesterday.
You know what? Let's be honest. That's been the highlight, in my opinion, of the new fall lineup.
Yes.
Even though we're not in the fall.
It's not the fall.
No. But if there was the fall, that's the highlight of it.
Yes.
Right?
It was so good. I'm so
good.
glad they brought it back. Well worth the wait.
I think that they brought COVID back okay.
Yes.
It
Yes,
didn't
they
make
did.
me dread COVID.
No, and I thought, oh God, are they going to just make us feel worse by watching it? But
Yeah.
they did it so tastefully and so well that I thought, good on you, folks.
Yeah, I agree 100%. So
Good on you.
Guess what? They get another week out of me.
I know.
Right?
I'm watching, but no, I'm watching all the 911s as well.
Are you?
Can I hear it for my 911 fans? What?
You love that show.
Oh my God.
Right.
The Lones. Hi, it's got Rob Lowe.
I know. I love Rob Lowe, but I don't love the show.
Oh, no, I think it's delightful.
I think he's delightful.
No, I think the show's delightful.
That's an Oprah question. Is he delightful or is the show delightful? Right? Right? Don't tell me I can't be Oprah. Right? Samantha, tell me, is it Rob Lowe that's delightful or is it Rob Lowe's show that's delightful?
It's both, Lisa.
Interesting. Here's something interesting for you. And it was all over the news yesterday. Dr. Seuss Enterprises has announced that 6 of its famed authors' books will stop being published due to racist and insensitive imagery.
Yep.
What do you think about that?
You know, I think when you take away books and you start saying you can't have this and you shouldn't read this, it's a slippery slope. I understand why they feel like they no longer want to publish them.
Right.
Because they do have that content. I totally get that.
So my question is...
But it's just, I don't know. I feel weird about it and I'm not sure.
My question becomes, is it not the same thing that like a Whoopi Goldberg said about Gone with the Wind, right? We just need to understand that it's a different time. We can't take everything that's been done already and make it today, right?
Yeah.
At some point, don't we have to educate people enough to realize
that right? was the past?
That's how we know things like the KKK are bad, right? Because it existed, it's a part of history, but then we're taught that this is not the right thing to have happening.
Right.
So I think that's where I continue to struggle.
Yeah. I think that it's getting a strong reaction from people as well.
I think this is Dr. Seuss.
Yeah, because people grew up with Dr. Seuss.
Right.
And personally, I do not recognize any of the 6 titles as something that I was read as a child.
No, me neither.
I'm not personally attached to these 6 titles anyways.
Hop on Pop was not one of them.
No. So I just feel like if people are having issues with this, it's because maybe they grew up with them as a child and they were read to them as a child by their parents and they might even still have read them to their own children because they had them from when they were young. Yeah. So I get there's a connection there. I don't think we need to make it evil. I don't think we need to make it, I don't think we should feel guilty for having read these as a young child, or even the parents who read it. Well, because you're starting to feel guilty for
I'm like, now I need to feel guilty for the books I read when I was 5.
Yeah. Like right? There's a slippery slope here, I think. And I'm not sure how I feel about it.
I agree. And we know what, and we're not a controversial podcast.
No, but I understand why they pulled them. I totally understand why. And I feel like if that's what makes them feel better, and if wasn't even on my radar, wasn't looking for that.
No, I was kind of caught
Dr. Seuss
off guard.
Yeah, completely.
Right? Yeah. And you know what? Dr. Seuss has lots of books.
Yeah, he does.
Dr. Seuss is still doing fine.
He's still fine.
Still fine.
He's still fine.
Still just fine.
Okay, but you know what is part of our youth as well, Lisa?
But
I feel like it's harkens back to 1986. Harkins. Pretty in Pink.
Yes.
Turns 35.
Wow. Hey.
Ducky. And Andy. And
All of them.
Blaine. And then Steph. Oh, Steph, he was a bad, bad boy.
Steph was a bad boy.
That's my little James Spader.
I know, right? Right?
But like, John Cryer's still doing stuff. James Spader is still doing stuff. Molly Ringwald is still doing stuff. Andrew McCarthy is still around. Like, but it's like when you go back, when I watched that show, and I just recently watched parts of Pretty in Pink.
Yeah.
Just recently.
Yeah.
And I'm like, God, you were
was
so
good.
young.
It was so. Here's a funny, interesting thing that I just heard on. I think it was on Entertainment Tonight. So I loved Andrew McCarthy. So he was the guy I was gonna marry.
Oh my.
Yes, back in that era. That was my Andrew McCarthy. I thought that he was like the ultimate preppy, and he looked good.
Yes.
He looks good. But if you recall, in the closing scene, one of the closing scenes, when he shows up in his little white, he's in his black pants and his little white tuxedo jacket, and he comes to tell Andy that whatever, those sweet nothings.
Uh-huh.
His hair, he had a horrible hair day. His hair looked nothing like it did throughout the whole movie. And I always thought, I never understood it, and it always bothered me, and I'm like, he looked so hot through the whole movie, and then when he comes to impress the girl, he looks like as though he's like got like the worst bedhead in the whole wide world. He had the worst hair. You need to go back, or you need to Google it. Anyways,
no, I think I am remembering that.
Right?
Yeah.
It made no sense. Entertainment Tonight solved the mystery, and they said that the very end of that scene was actually supposed to be that Ducky got Andy.
No.
Yes. And what had happened is that Andrew McCarthy had already moved on to another movie where he was bald in the next movie. So they had to put a wig on him.
No way.
When they changed it, and I'm like, oh my God, it all makes sense. And then I felt whole again. Because I could never understand why beautiful Andrew McCarthy looked so horrible at the end of the movie. I'm like, what happened to you? Like, was it raining outside? Because that's what it kind of looked like. He kind of had like really flat. It's like, it's like Princess Diana.
His hair didn't look the same.
It's like Princess Diana on her wedding day. Princess Diana, so beautiful with her beautiful fun haircut, and on her wedding day, it was poker straight and weird.
Oh,
and I thought the same thing with Pretty in Pink. I'm like, what happened to your hair, Princess Diana? And then 35 years later.
Oh my God, that's so funny.
Isn't that so weird?
Oh my God, if Ducky had ended up with Andy, that would have been a totally different movie.
That's how it was supposed to end, and then at the last minute they changed it.
I'm glad they did.
I did. Me too. Yeah.
It was just so iconic of the 1980s, right?
Yes, right? It would have been too predictable for Ducky to end up with Andy. Right? Isn't that so funny?
Oh my God, that is
such a good movie. That is so good.
Well, and the music, hey? If You Leave, Pretty in Pink.
Oh yeah, all of it, right? The best soundtrack ever. Soundtrack of our high school.
Yeah.
Right?
Best movie ever.
It really was the best movie ever, I think, too. I think so. You know what? Because you know how the weather's been so nice and it's almost summer?
Oh my God, yes.
I'm starting to feel kind of fruity. Like I've been craving fruit.
Really?
I think watermelon might make a comeback next week.
Oh dear.
I think it might come back.
You'll be paying a lot of money for that watermelon.
It's worth it. It's worth it. It's all worth it with a little bit of equal on it.
It's already pretty sugary. Can you stop with that?
I like it a little sweeter.
Oh my God.
That's how I like it. That's how I roll.
All right.
But I've been feeling fruity. I've been like, I think we need some grapes. I think I need a nectarine. I don't think it's nectarine season.
No, it's not
yet.
Nectarine season.
No.
Get your head out of your butt.
I know, right? Because the weather's so nice, it's not even really coat weather.
Oh, I know the weather is changing because guess what came back?
Oh, you have your sinuses.
Oh my God, my eyes are watering. They're itchy.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh my God, that snow mold is going to kill me.
All your snottiness come back.
It's disgusting.
Interesting. You know what I want to start doing, Samantha? I want to start eating grapefruit too. Because you know what? I think grapefruit, that's a classy fruit.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not. Where do you get that from?
Who just eats grapefruit? Picture, right?
Why would you purposely eat grapefruit? It's so sour.
Put your equal on it.
Oh my God.
And then it's so good.
No, I'm still not eating grapefruit.
Oh, I would like to eat grapefruit for the classiness, right? I think that's a classy breakfast.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
That's so 1980s of you, Lisa.
I know, right? That's what I'm thinking. I think I'm headed back there.
Oh my God, I just got a shot of like chicks in like bad workout gear, like the Jane Fonda stuff.
Olivia Newton-John,
Yeah,
let's
and
get
they're
physical.
They're like, I'm eating my grapefruit to keep myself thin.
Right? You went on the grapefruit diet back in the 80s.
Right.
Remember in the cabbage soup diet?
Oh my God.
Remember all those crazy fads?
Yes. Oh,
Incorporate
don't.
those into Let's Lift Up Lunch.
And you got it all. It's full. It's a
Right?
full.
That could be our movement for 2021. Lift lunch. Let's lift lunch, right?
Well, throw some Boom Baby Bakery stuff in there. You're good to go.
It's so crazy.
Okay, you know what is crazy? Is that another Duggar got married.
Oh my God. How many more to go? 72 more to go?
I don't know.
27 down, 72 to go.
Apparently, Justin Duggar, at the age of 20, just got married. But Jana, who is the oldest still, is still single.
Poor Jana. My heart goes out to Jana, I think.
I think she's going to be the spinster of the group. And you know what, girl? You go for it. And I just called her a spinster, and that's really rude because I'm a spinster because I'm not married.
But you're not a crazy old cat lady.
I'm not a crazy cat lady.
Right? Because you don't got cats.
Because we're just single women who know what we want. And girl, you do you.
You do you. And I think that's Jana's thing. I think that she sees all the things that come with, like, oh my God, if I'm a Duggar, maybe not a Duggar boy, if I'm a Duggar girl, like, keep my legs closed, I don't want to have babies.
Oh God, that's all they do
Right?
is have babies.
That's all they do. Duggar boy, who cares, right? Because somebody else is having a baby.
Ugh.
But now the Duggar boy's getting married at 20, that's too young.
That's so young.
Right? And that's only to have a baby.
Huh.
That's why, right?
Yeah, there's something wrong with that, hey?
It's all weird. It's all weird. You know what else is really weird?
What?
Okay. Reese's Peanut Butter Cups
Yes.
have put out a new Ultimate Peanut Butter Lovers Cup. And it's made up only of peanut butter.
Huh?
Yeah. So there's no chocolate. So where the chocolate normally is, that's a peanut butter. Where the peanut butter normally is, that's a peanut butter.
Basically grab your peanut butter jar and just eat it out of the jar.
Isn't that disgusting?
Right?
Sounds horrible.
Yeah.
Sounds like a fur ball. Waiting to
That
happen.
sounds really wrong.
Sounds nasty.
I don't think people should be excited about this because I just watched one of the 911s. I think it was the Lone Star one, where someone was choking on peanut butter.
Oh.
So I don't know if that's the best thing to do.
I could see like feeling suffocated in your throat by peanut butter, right? I don't know. I think that's not the right. I think that's the wrong message.
I think that is the wrong message.
I think that's the wrong message. Interesting conversation I had with the HHG. I didn't know this about her. Fun fact. She doesn't like mint.
Okay.
Like peppermint, I guess.
Okay.
But loves wintergreen.
But isn't that a mint?
But it's a different type of mint.
It's not peppermint.
It's not peppermint. It's wintergreen.
Okay.
Do you think that a lot of people are like that? Because I've heard that before.
Potentially.
People don't like mint, but they like wintergreen. I wonder what the difference is.
Because it just has a different taste?
I don't
is
know.
that the problem?
It doesn't taste like my toothpaste. Maybe that's the thing. Dear mint, maybe you should only just stay in toothpaste.
Maybe.
Right? Maybe it shouldn't be anywhere else but in the toothpaste.
But I think if people are going to eat wintergreen, then it can stay as a lifesaver.
Wintergreen can be in anything because that's not in your toothpaste.
Yes.
Right? Because your toothpaste.
So you think mint shouldn't be in toothpaste?
I think mint, like peppermint, should just only stay in toothpaste. And wintergreen should be everywhere else.
No, because I like peppermint.
What do you have peppermint in?
I like candy canes. Those are peppermint.
I don't want to eat food that tastes like my toothpaste. I don't think. I don't think I want that in my mouth other than as my toothpaste. There's a reason why we spit it out. Puh. Because it's not good.
All right.
But wintergreen is delightful.
Okie dokie.
I'm just saying, Samantha. Something to think about.
All right.
Right?
Well, I have another feel-good Canadian moment.
Of course.
Because it has to do with Dan Levy.
Oh, God. When can we be done with Schitt's Creek?
No, we never. Okay. You know that he was a host, right? A couple
Yeah.
weeks ago?
Yeah.
Well, he inspired a new trend among the SNL hosts.
Oh, I heard about this.
And it's still going strong. Oh, God, that's so beautiful. He left a kind post-it for Regina King when she hosted. And then she did the same for the host after her. And the host after her left it for the host after him.
So he stole that from the presidents of the United States.
I don't care.
Because the presidents of the United States leave a nice letter every time they part.
It was a post-it. It wasn't a letter.
So he just changed it a bit.
Whatever. It doesn't matter. It was a kind-hearted gesture that people are still doing.
I get that. And that's fine. But you know what?
You just hate it because it's Schitt's Creek and you refuse to watch the show.
I refuse.
Because everybody loves it and you're like, no,
I'm not giving in. I'm not giving into it.
Doesn't matter. He started something beautiful. You can't take that away.
Fine. It's beautiful. It's beautiful.
Okay, but something maybe not so good. You be the judge, people. A Sacramento plastic surgeon attends a virtual traffic court while performing surgery.
Wow. Hey.
Good idea, bad idea.
That's multitasking. Oh, I have to think that probably isn't the best way to use that time.
I don't think that's a good idea because I don't care what people say. You can't do more than one thing at one time.
I don't want to be the person that you're operating on.
No.
While you're talking to the judge.
No.
And
getting distracted.
Yeah.
No.
I think that's a bad idea.
I think it's a very bad
Thumbs
idea.
down. Thumbs down, Samantha. Bad idea. It's bad. Very bad.
And what I would love to know is how did it all turn out? Did he end up having to pay the fine? Or
I think he's getting another court date. Right? I think is what happened. I think.
Oh my God.
That's weird though.
Such a bad idea.
Yeah, that's a bad idea. That is a man that apparently is a very smart man not doing a very smart thing.
Yes.
Right?
I agree.
Interesting.
Yes. But now to my favorite part of the show. Lisa, it's things you ought to know. So this is based off of Lisa's need for shrimp.
I love shrimp so much.
So this is, let's talk about shrimp.
Let's talk about shrimp, baby.
Okay. Fact number 1, Lisa. Did you know that shrimp are low in calories?
Diet shrimp.
One medium shrimp provides 7 calories, which means it doesn't add up to less than 85 calories.
I'm going to go on the shrimp diet. Right? You know, like my Jell-O diet?
Yes, because that worked out so well.
Well, I just got hungry.
They're also protein rich. In addition to their water content, shrimp are primarily made of protein.
Ooh.
Woo! They provide key nutrients. Shrimp provide a pretty impressive array of nutrients. 4 ounces steamed contains 100% of your daily value of psyllium, over 75% of the vitamin B12, 50% phosphorus, and over 30% for chlorine, copper, and iodine.
Wow, go figure.
Okay, but wild shrimp may contain contaminants.
How do I know it's a wild shrimp and what's a tame shrimp?
Hopefully they tell you.
Okay.
They have found 5 antibiotics in wild shrimp.
Ooh.
It's contaminated.
Huh.
I'm now going to turn you against shrimp.
No, I don't think you will.
They're high in cholesterol.
I don't even know what that means.
Cholesterol, you numbnut.
Whatever.
Intake should be limited to no more than 300 milligrams per day, and 3 ounces of shrimp provides about half that amount.
Ooh, ouch.
Stop it. They are a common allergen. Yes, you can be allergic to shrimp.
I did know that.
Legitimately.
I did know that.
As a member of the shrimp or the shellfish family, shrimp are among the top allergens.
Right.
The digestive tract of the shrimp or its vein may contain shrimp waste.
That's why, Samantha, this is a little chef talk for you, right? You have to take that vein of, did you devein it?
Yes.
You'll hear that in the shows.
Yes.
Yeah.
And as well, it may contain digested food, partially digested
I always think
food.
it's a big vein of poop.
It is a big vein of poop.
I think it's a big vein of poop. Huh.
So, Lisa, enjoy your shrimp in moderation.
I still love, because I love the cocktail sauce, right?
Yeah.
That's why I love, and I love a good garlic shrimp too,
Yes, you do.
right? At the restaurant.
Lisa,
you.
you're welcome. Do you have an I shake my head?
I do. You know what? I've been thinking about this now that the weather's gotten nicer. How does the sun know when to come up? How come the sun knows to come up how come it knows to be sunnier at like 7:30 in the morning now than it did 2 months ago? I don't understand that. That's what I shake my head at. I shake my head at the sun.
Well, the sun is evolving around the earth, right? And it's around the moon and it's all that kind of fun stuff.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So that's how the sun comes up.
No, I get how it comes up, but how does it just get brighter? How does it know that it needs to be brighter now that it's
getting
March?
Closer and it's making contact, and
I don't really understand that sort of stuff.
I'm sure someone out there is going to help you out.
Okay. Because I shake my head at the sun every morning. I'm like, hey, dear sun, how come you're not as dark as you were this time a month ago?
Sometimes the things that you question make you sound like,
Samantha, I'm just question things. That's how I learn, is by asking questions.
Okay. All right.
Do you have an I shake my head?
Yes, I do.
Okay, tell me.
I had to go grocery shopping the other day.
Oh, your favorite sport?
Yeah. Oh God, you know how much I hate it. So I got my stuff. I'm at the cash out, and the grocery clerk second guessed my request for the 99-cent reusable bag.
Oh, geez.
He then suggested the 25-cent bag. And all I thought to myself was, do I look like I can't afford $1?
Look at you. Interesting.
And there was only 2 bags. So
wow. So it's not like you were like about to spend $500 on bags and you could have saved $475 by going plastic.
I'm like, but even before then, he's like, well, we have paper. Dude, your paper sucks.
Nobody wants paper.
Yes, it falls apart. It's like, it's horrible.
Right.
It's
and
horrible.
Nobody wants to carry paper bags.
No.
Because I got to hug them.
Yes, you have to hug them.
I got to hug them.
There's no handle. No. And
you only do 2 at a time.
Right. And I was just like, I looked at him and I'm like, hi, I can afford the 99-cent bag.
Yeah. But thank you for your concern.
Thank you.
You jerk.
You jerk.
You jerk. That's funny.
And all I thought was, and this is why I stay at grocery stores.
Right there for that reason. You were kind of like shamed.
A little bit, yeah.
A little bit shamed.
That, and I also felt that I was being watched in Shoppers. So I'm like, do I look like a thief? Like, what is going on here?
Don't you remember when we would be at Shoppers, I'd be like looking for a new lipstick and I'd have to carry it like so the world could see it? Because it's like, hi, I know you're right behind me. Right? I'm not putting it in my pocket to see if it fits or anything like that.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. And I'm like,
crazy.
People.
Yeah.
Stop it.
Stop it. Good one, Samantha. Good one.
Yes.
Good one.
Well, that concludes.
We're at the end of the show again.
Yes, we're at the end of the show where we thank John for being patient and
thank you, John,
helping us record. And then I'm just going to suggest that you check out our social media. If you haven't already, it's on Facebook. We are on Facebook, Instagram, and the Twitter.
And yeah, that was a fun show. Hey,
it was a fun show.
Lots of fun. We have a special guest coming up in a couple of weeks, Samantha. Yes. We won't give it away yet, but stay tuned, friends. Stay tuned.
Right.
All right, Samantha, anything else?
No, I'm good.
All right. Well, guess what? It was always a pleasure.
It should be.
This has been a transmission of the Podfix Network. For more about this show and other great Podfix programs, go to podfixnetwork.com.